Hi, my name is Emma, and I got my first period when I was 11 years old, just a few days before I started 6th grade. Middle school is already a scary and anxious time for a lot of kids, and adding a period on top of that just adds a layer of anxiety. Fortunately, I had access to the resources and the products that I needed to make it through that first time with little to no issue. However, a lot of girls don't have that same privilege and don't have access to the products that they need. Helping Women Period is a non-profit organization started in 2015 in mid-Michigan to provide products to young girls and women. Their mission is to provide no-cost menstrual products to those experiencing low income or homeless disparity. Unfortunately, we still live in a world largely run by men. Therefore, women's issues, especially the ones that men cannot see and have not or will not ever experience in their lives, go largely unnoticed. Because of this, menstrual products are seen as a luxury item rather than a necessity. There has also been a stigma created around periods, making them seem dirty or gross. There has been progress in the past few years breaking down this stigma, however, it still largely stands. Oftentimes, people with uteruses don't have easy access to the menstrual products they need, especially when they can't afford them. Helping Women Period is working to provide low-income and homeless women with the menstrual products that they need to be comfortable during their cycle. Periods are naturally occurring events, and they are largely out of the control of the women that have them. This brings up the question, why should women have to literally pay the consequences for something that they can't control? A box of tampons often costs around $10, which is a lot of money, especially for those that are low income and homeless. That $10 can be the difference between feeding themselves and their families or not. Menstrual health products are ineligible for purchases made with the public benefits such as WIC or SNAP as well, and they're not exempt from sales tax. They're often not available in shelters, crisis centers, jails, or prisons, and they aren't easily accessible in public spaces such as schools, workplaces, or government buildings either. Menstrual products aren't always seen as necessity, and they're often overlooked. But Helping Women Period sees the need and are doing what they can to provide women with the products that they need. Like I just said, tampons aren't easily accessible in schools most times. There is usually a machine in the bathrooms that dispense these products, but they often cost 25 to 35 cents, if not more. And if a young girl isn't prepared at school with a pad or a tampon or can't afford those products, she definitely doesn't have 25 to 35 cents to spend on one. Because of the stigma around periods, that time of the month is already riddled with stress and anxiety for young girls, and that is only amplified when they have to go to school 5 days a week. So if a young girl can't afford to buy a pad or a tampon in the bathroom, they're left with two choices. They can either run the risk of not doing anything and bleeding through their clothes, which is very embarrassing for a young girl, or they can get over their embarrassment and ask a teacher, a nurse, or a counselor for a product that they need. This embarrassment is only amplified if that teacher is a male, because they've never had to experience what you're going through. The founder of Helping Women Period saw this problem with her own daughter when she was in middle school, and has pushed for and helped install numerous machines in schools that provide free products to the girls who need them. Going back to the core mission of this organization, providing products to low-income and homeless women, women shouldn't have to decide between feeding themselves and their families and getting the products that they need to be hygienic and feel comfortable during their menstrual cycles. Women also shouldn't feel selfish for wanting the products that they need during this time. Pads and tampons are necessary items, not luxuries that women should feel guilty about buying or wanting to buy for themselves. Helping Women Period is helping women rid themselves of this guilt by providing the products that they need during their periods so they can save that money to provide food for their families and themselves. So what's important here? It's important to remember that periods are natural and can't be controlled by those that have them. Women also shouldn't have to pay such high prices for something that's completely out of their control. Young girls in school shouldn't have to have another thing to be anxious about while they're in school. And low-income and homeless women shouldn't have to make the decision between feeding themselves and their families or having personal hygiene products. Helping Women, period, is doing great work for these women that can't get the products that they need. Already in 2021, they've provided over 400,000 products to the women who need them in mid-Michigan. They can't do this without charitable donations, however. So how can you help? One way you can help is by donating menstrual products to the organization. You can also make a monetary donation to the organization, as they're able to buy these products in bulk and can provide a woman with a year's worth of supplies with only $35. You could also donate your time to this organization at an event or by helping organize and get products ready for distribution to women. This organization is doing great work for the women of Mid-Michigan, and you can find more information about them and the resources they supply at helpingwomenperiod.org. Thank you.